All right. What's good? What's good? What's good? Whew, it was a night of fights, huh? Last night. Wait for some people to get into the building. I like how this thing, I always come out and have more likes than viewers when when this live stream pops up, man. Chef Boy ID, man. First one in the house. What is good with you, man? What is good? What is good? So we're gonna talk about a couple things today. Velts, what's going on, man? Donald, the 64-year-old G Grant, man. Salute to you, man. What's going on? Drew Titan, what's up? David Scott the third, what's going on, man? Michael James, 616, what's good? B&B Boxing, what's happening, man? The Brothers UK, what's going on? Fast Lane Jones, and to my member, Drew Titan, and my partner, Drew Titan. CV Jr., what's going on, Mr. Member? Emmanuel Joseph Bain, thank you. Salute to you, member. Same to Jeff, the producer, and Sugar Fantastic Gravy Davy. What's good, man? What's happening? David Scott the third, Michael James 616, Fast Lane Jones, Duke in the building. Jeff, the producer, what's going on, man? Roderick Thompson, what's happening? Dwayne McClain, what's going on, man? Elvis Hansen. Lynn Williams, what's good to you guys, man? New Fat Boy Fitness, man. You ain't fat, man. I saw you on the channel. I was like, New Fat Boy Fitness, man. You ain't shit. I need to be that type of fat, man. Captain America, what's going on, man? What's going on, David? I don't know what post. I'm not sure what that word you use there is, man. David Mendoza, what's going on? You said Luke Keeler done pretty well, though. Though he early KO, man. That dude got knocked down with the first punch of the fight, man. God, that dude got decked. The first fight of the first punch of the fight, that dude got decked, man. What's going on, Cali Enigma? Hey, man, I got that video. It's a little different than your request, but I got it going up. I address it in the video that's going to be the 8:15 video this evening. So it'll be up at 8:15. It's already up. It's just scheduled to be released. Miami Snoopy 305 said Keeler is trash. Yes, sir. Ricky Samuel was good, man. Hey, man, you know what's funny? Did you miss you talking about Andrade? Nah, man, I haven't started yet. The chat just started, man. Yeah, dog, man. I want to start talking about that trash ass, man. That YouTube shit just makes it. I feel I don't even want to fight. I don't even want to watch that shit with YouTube fights in it, man. Like, I don't even want to watch the card. Like, it was a good card. Actually, there's some pretty good fights, man. G5 Gabe says, salute Fernando Don in the chat. LDBC forever. Yes, sir. Thank you, man. And would like to tell you that if this is Trill Boxing Talks 500th show, this is my 500th show going after Trill Boxing Talk. I think this is something like, it's a little, I got to check, but I'm pretty sure I've done over 1,000 live streams now. So it's gotten fluid, and I've done a lot of them, and I still ain't no good at it. Arturo Shotty in the building. What's good? Andrade is a B fighter? Nah, man, that dude is an A fighter, man. Demetrius Andrade, dude, I agree with what 78 Sports TV said. 400, but no, it's 500. Then I'm in the 500s. I should have changed it. It said 400. Then I'm definitely over 500. I'm definitely over 500 because I was doing them the same mornings as when 78 Sports TV was just doing the morning show. I was doing them then. 78 Sports TV has to have like 1,000 live streams in the morning then because he was really doing a lot of live streams in the morning, and then he started doing them in the evening. But he had really big. His live streams were popping in the morning. It's been popping in the morning for years. What it do, Dollar Bill? Much love, and Toro Shotty in the building. Fanon, you was 100. Tevin got beat down. Yeah, man. You could see that shit coming, man. I was like, man, Tevin ain't beating this dude. Heck, he can't punch. You can't punch. But I do believe, like I was saying, man, I do believe that the 78 was right in what he said on Trill Boxing Talk. I just caught that last bit of Trill Boxing Talk because I had work today, man, and I actually have again, man. I don't know why dudes be catching attitudes like, dude, I don't work for you. Okay. If you don't get a response to an email, pick up the fucking phone and call me. Okay. He did not. Hey, this dude I work with did not like that answer. It's like, are you working today? I've sent you 4 emails. Dog. I didn't get the email. Call me. Ain't no need to send 4 emails. Send a text. Shit, you got 9 different ways to get in contact with me, man. Text me. Anyway, Farmer lost last night. You was right about JoJo. Yeah, man. I mean, I would like to say that I'm an excellent prognosticator, but seriously, you can see that shit coming down the road, man. You can see it coming down the road. Tevin Farmer is not a strong puncher. JoJo Diaz is a pressure fighter. And I don't think Tevin Farmer does get hit, you know? Unlike Gary Russell Jr., who has enough pop to keep you off of him. Tevin Farmer has good defense. He can slip punches, but he's not making you pay for anything. Gary Russell Jr. will make you pay. Gary Russell Jr.'s got some crack, and he's got some very fast hands. He'll sit down on his punches and made JoJo Diaz respect his game. Man, JoJo Diaz didn't respect anything about Tevin Farmer, the shots he was landing. Hey, I think, and tell you the truth, dude, I think Tevin Farmer might have got bumbled if that cut didn't throw Diaz off. Come on, Oz in that super chat, man. In that soup. I need to be biting QQQ in that soup. In that super chat, man. Thank you so much. He said, does Boo Boo have a DAZN mandated script that prevents him from calling out Canelo and GGG? This energy for Saunders is weird. DAZN pushing Charlo for him. Man, I didn't listen to the post-fight of it because dude, he has already turned down Charlo fights 2 times, man. He is turned down. He's turned down a fight with Jermell Charlo. He's turned down a fight with Jamal Charlo. This is documented, man. This is documented. And this was funny that you mentioned that DAZN is pushing it because you know how DAZN, Sports Illustrated has Chris Mannix working for Sports Illustrated and Chris Mannix works for DAZN. Well, Chris Mannix interviewed, there was an interview that Jevin Bay, and if you don't follow, man, on Twitter, follow Jevin Bay. JEVAN_BAY, man. He's got dude be on his shit, man. He listens to the news. He's on top of that. He's on top of a lot of these issues. So I go check out all the tweets he does, and he retweeted an excerpt of the interview that happened between Chris Mannix and Demetrius Andrade, where Demetrius Andrade, he asked, why hasn't the fight with Jamal Charlo been made? And Demetrius Andrade said that, hey man, he said, yeah, Jevin, GEVAN_Bay. I think it's JEVAN_Bay. Very, 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 very good. It's just, not a lot of, he doesn't have a ton of followers, but man, he really does put out great information on Twitter. Jevin Bay. So anyway, he forwarded that bit of information, and Jamal Charlo and Demetrius Andrade said the reason that the fight didn't happen is because Showtime made him an offer, but he would have just went over there, and the only fight that they had for him was Jamal Charlo. So he said, why would I just go? He's like, man, all I would go over there to do is fight Charlo. So he turned down the fight because that's what they offered him the deal. They said, hey man, sign with Showtime so you can fight Jamal Charlo. And that's before he signed with DAZN, and he turned him down. He turned Jamal Charlo down to go to DAZN. And that's by his own admission. And all that the debacle that happened with his fight with Jermell Charlo at 154 pounds, where all that stuff that went on with Rock Nation, he's already walked away from fights with the Charlos on 2 different occasions. So people with this trying to act like Jamal Charlo is ducking Demetrius Andrade, just, man, stop with that, man. Roxon, congrats and respect on the show. I appreciate you keeping it 100 regardless of Hearn makes such a massive offer to Charlo, and Andre being a bitch because he don't want to fight him, dude. Man, you can take an L against some Charlos, man. Jamal Charlo ain't no punk, man. They ain't no punk. Jamal, that's what I think. And I do think that what I did see, what's going on, Victoria Duvall? And went to the zone to fight on Thursday. Yeah, man, in a little ass ballroom, second fiddle. And I still believe he's second fiddle to YouTubers, because half of that, it looked like the crowd emptied out after the YouTubers were done. Like, what is that crap, man? It shit looks just so bad. It looks so bad. The way that the fighters are warming up looks bad. The way the fighters fought looked bad. They just don't look like they even belong in the ring. It's like you have a professional. It's like you have back-to-back professional basketball games, and then they have a pickup. Then they have a pickup game from workers. You know, the McDonald's versus Burger King pickup game. You know, she was just crap, man. Stanley Field said Charlos can both crack and both have chins, and they're a tough fight for anyone. Yeah, man. CV Jr. said, yeah, man, that's hard to watch when you're trying to enjoy the fights. Yeah, man, that shit was terrible. Like, I was even listening to the fans, and the fans were terrible. I was like, hold on, man. What's going on with the Guitar Studio? And, by the way, Bootsy Collins. Bootsy Collins, man. Bootsy Collins is my favorite bassist. And I'm sorry, man. There was another dude. What's the name? Is it Ray Parker? Not Ray Parker Jr. is not the bass player. There's another singer that was a bass. What is his name? He's really a baseball. He did the thump. He's the one that would thump. What's the dude that thumped with the bass? I can't remember his name. God dog, it's like it's on the tip of my tongue. I just haven't said it in a while, but he was singing. He was a solo singer too, but he was the guy that would thump. Larry Graham, there you go. Larry Graham, boop, boop, boop. Larry Graham, yes, sir. Larry Graham, you got it right there, Richard Bowens. Larry Graham. You forgot to put Larry Graham on your list of the favorite bass players. The reason why Logic is Boo Boo is a little flawed. Oh, let me see. Miami Snoopy. The reason why that Logic by Boo Boo is a little flawed is because when he first signed with the Zone, they didn't have Canelo or yeah. That's true. Yeah, Larry Graham. Yeah, that's right. That's Drake's uncle. He's a bass player. Boop, 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 boop. He was a dude that used to thump it. Bop, bop, bop. He wasn't plucking. He was thumping. Jake Paul's fundamentals look better than Andrade. Nah, hell nah. Dude, did you see? First of all, that knockout was 3 beautiful shots, dude, that landed. What was it? I think it was a jab straight. Was it a jab, left, right hook? Oh, no, he's southpaw. So it was a jab, that jab, right hand hook. Man, that shit landed like boop, boop, boop. It was perfect. Dude, that combination was perfect. And they were wide shots that landed and hit him flush on the button, man. No, man. I don't think Andrade looked bad. He just looked like he was fighting. I agree with 78. I never did get that point out. I agree with 78. Somebody got on his back. It's like, man, look, you need a knockout. He said, Mike Ibon said that was perfect. Man, that shit was perfect. That combination, that knockout combination was perfect. Ark Mathis said, best bass players is Lewis Johnson. Yeah, I wouldn't know, man. I'm just naming the bass players that I know. Boop, boop, boop. Those are the only bass players that I really know. Let's talk about Jamal Big Duck Charlo. He didn't duck him. Why would I want to talk about somebody that's not true? He didn't duck Demetrius Andrade. Dame Wilson said Andrade did not establish a jab. Dude, for what? Dog, that cat couldn't hit him with, hey, man. Dude, that dude, Luke Keebler, whatever the hell his name is, couldn't hit that. Dude, you could have gave him 3 other arms and he still wouldn't hit Demetrius Andrade. What the hell do you need to jab him for? Oh, let me establish my range. Hell no. Demetrius Andrade could hit him with any shit he wanted to hit with him and slide right underneath. Man, that dude's getting bashed, man. Why would he waste his time jabbing that dude? That's just man. That's just crazy, man. Oh, he said Jamal. Yeah, what did he say? Jamal. You know what it is. Yeah, exactly. That was definitely D-level competition. And that boy got his ass whooped like he was D-level competition too. Hell no, man. Demetrius Andrade beat the piss out that boy, man. And he was fighting out of character. I thought to myself, damn, dude, I definitely don't want to fuck with Demetrius Andrade just doesn't look like somebody you'd be afraid to fight. With all the, his what would he call them shits? His ponytails, whatever them little dreadlock ponytails and shit were coming undone, hanging in his face. He had to have his mama jumped up on the apron to tie the shit up, put a little bow in it so it didn't come undone. There's just something that does not look like you should be fearful of Demetrius Andrade. But when he hit that dude with that bop, 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 I was like, ooh, that shit hurts, man. That shit hurt. You know what I mean? That shit was boop, boop, boop. That shit hurt. Okay. I ain't trying. Hey, Demetrius Andrade can fight, man. Tevin Farmer can fight. Those guys were all top. Those were 3 top level fighters. Jojo Diaz was just a bad style matchup for him. And you saw, I was watching Lou DiBella. Lou DiBella looking sick. Boy, Lou DiBella looked like he was right on the edge of throwing up the whole time. That's probably why he's been so pissed all week. Like, man, my boy about to lose his title. They made me make this fight. You know what I'm saying? They made me make this fight. I said, Lamont said, yeah, that 3-piece was filthy. That hey, dude. Bop, bop, bop. I was like, what? All that shit. He was like, oh, I got hit. Let me slip. Boop. I got hit. Let me slip. Boop. I got hit. Let me go the fuck down. Hell no, that dude didn't want that shit no more, man. Hey, Mr. Finesse, I'm living nice, man. Life is good, man. Life is good. Can't complain, man. I set my metrics for my life, and I look at my metrics, and I'm like, I'm making it here, man. I'm doing okay. I can't complain, man. I hope the same for you, my friend. I hope the same thing. Kamal Oz said, Al Heyman is killing it with Fox, as are PBC fighters in the peanut gallery. Upset he won't be sinking ship on the Zone or Eddie. They get peanuts with Canelo. Hey, man, I should play you some audio. Because this is going to be the source of my I'm doing a Patreon on this. But I'm thinking I should be able to play this for you. Hold on. Wonder where it goes. Where does this go? Man, where does this go? Oh, it goes here. Okay, cool. Oh, here it is. Listen to this.
Is the better athlete, and he's bred to be the better athlete because this goes back all the way to the Civil War, when during the slave trading, the slave owner would breed his big black to his big woman, so that he could have a big black kid. In Washington today, Snyder is an they take over coaching. This
is the part right here.
If they take over coaching like everybody wants them to, there's not going to be anything left for the white people. The black is a better athlete to begin with because he's been bred to be that way because of his high thighs. And I don't know this on. Well, they've got everything. If they take over coaching like everybody, they've got everything. Athletes. They've got everything. If they take over coaching like everybody wants them to, there's not going to be anything left for the white people. The black is a better athlete to begin with because he.
Y'all hear that? That's Jimmy the Greek. And what Jimmy the Greek said there, he got fired for telling how he really felt. He got fired for saying how he really felt. And then he worked for CBS. He got fired for telling people how he really felt. And he said this is what it was. I don't care about the bread for black athletes stuff. It was the killer was admitting this. If they take over coaching, there's not going to be anything less left for us. That's what he said. Like, you can't allow them to coach. They're already winning everything. You can't allow them to coach. You can't allow them to coach too. That's the thing. You can't allow. What do you mean? They're already beating us. You can't allow them on the pound for pound list too. Come on, man. They can't be at the head of the hypothetical pound for pound list. They're already beating the shit out of everybody. Come on, man. They can't own a promotional company too. I mean, if they're going to do all the promoting and all the fighting and all the fighting, oh, come on, what's left for us? That's the essence of all this shit, man. It's the essence of all of it. All of the stuff that we talk about in boxing, about why you keep putting Gennady Golovkin so high. Yeah, there wasn't a no. He was saying the dude was telling you exactly what he felt. He wasn't lying. He was telling you exactly what he felt. He was like, look, here's the thing. But see, this is what they believe. They believe, and that's why I'm telling you, they think you cheating just by being black. Because that's what he said. Like, first of all, they're just better genetically. It's not because they're working harder. You got thighs, you got hamstrings all the way up to your back. Like hamstring all the way up to your back. No. My thighs do not go all the way to my back. It's my end of my leg, just like the end of your leg. End of your leg. But see, dude, that's why I know you haters, dude. That's what you really think, but you don't want to say it. You don't want to say it, man. You're just sitting there and grubbing in your own sense of physical inferiority, man. And you don't even have to be that way because it's not, none of that shit's true. It's just that those guys work harder, man. The reason why the little black boy got a better basketball game than you is because he works harder. It's no trick. It's no trick to that. He just works harder. That's what it is. Errol Spence Jr. is an excellent fighter because he worked hard. Terrence Crawford worked hard, and they were smarter. Okay, Bo Mack is smarter. Terrence Crawford is smarter. They work harder. They're smarter. They work harder, and they're smarter. Those fighters are smarter than the fighters that you want to win. That's just what it is, okay? But you don't want to fess it up, so you got to be like, oh, you're cheating. It's just you were born that way. It's just like you're just a monkey. That's how it is. You can't outweight lift a monkey. You know what I mean? That's why Lomachenko's like, oh, look at Lomachenko. I can't believe somebody changed the angles and didn't get hit. Oh, we've never seen it before. You've seen that shit before. Stop. Oh, no, but I mean, I'm not talking about people that were born with extrasensory perception. You guys got that black magic. That shit doesn't count, man. That shit doesn't count. But when you get to that pound for pound list, that's that shit right there that Jimmy Greek was talking about. Jimmy the Greek was talking about it in the context of football, right? Football and basketball. Look, you already got all the players. If you let them coach, then what are we going to do? Because clearly they can coach. If you can play, if you can run the plays, recognize the plays, interact, clearly you should be able to coach too. But strangely enough, they just can't find a black guy to be able to call the plays, can they? No. So you see in the NBA, you see a ton of black players and you see a sprinkling of black coaches. In NFL, you see a ton of black players, you see a sprinkling of black coaches. In the NBA, you see a sprinkling of white players, European players, sprinkling of European players, but you see a plethora of coaches, right? Trainers, coaches, cheerleaders, the whole damn thing, man. Come on, man. Everything other than the players. And transfer that to boxing, it's the same thing. That's why that's why you can't get them on. Somebody else got to get on this fucking pound for pound list. We can't be having no pound for pound list of Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. and Jamal Charlo and Jermell Charlo and Gary Russell Jr. and Gervonta Tank Davis and Little B Hop. We can't do all that shit. No. You get your quota of 3. Okay. Pick 3 of them chocolate drops to put on there, and that's all they get. Okay. Now go get me some of them little caramel ones. Throw me some Mexicans on there too. Go get me 3 Asians and give me a couple Eastern Europeans. That's how we rolling with this pound for pound list. And I don't want to hear shit else, dude, because it turns out that way every damn time. Okay. That shit turns out that shit way every damn time. Give me 3 of them little chocolate drops. Give me 3 chocolate drops tops. Okay. I want to hear none of this 5, 6 chocolate drops. Okay. We can't be selling them because if you put them all on the list, that's all people will buy. He said, why does Zone have premiere fights on Thursday? Because they just doing any old stupid shit. They just doing any old stupid shit. It's not just that, depending on what people with doing a life make him stronger person in general. Look, man, the way that you get better at things, for the most part, you get a combination of 3 things. You get talent, you have effort, okay, and you get a little bit of luck mixed in, okay? Talent, effort, and a little bit of luck mixed in, all right? You got to have talent. You got to be able to do it, right? There's some physical size, strength, speed, some natural ability to it, but then you also have to have the effort, which is like the desire to get better, and you have to have add training. You have to have technical know-how and expertise to make your athletic talent fit for the sport. Okay, that's work and access to information. That's why black basketball players are good in the United States, because everybody knows how to fucking ball. Everybody knows how to ball. Every city you go to in the United States, you can find some damn body that played Division I college basketball, who can tell you how to shoot a jumper, who can take you through basketball drills. You have the opportunity to play against kids in every corner of the United States, in every neighborhood they can play. And when you get better than everybody in your neighborhood, then you get to the next level and you get better than everybody else in that one. And then you go to the next level and you're better than everybody else in that one. You're going to be better than everybody in the world, because nobody else has that like black communities in the United States. Same thing goes with the boxing. Okay. If you're the best fighter in the state of Michigan, you are going to be a fighting son of a gun, and you can handle your business with anybody from the Ukraine, from UK, from Mexico. Doesn't matter. If you're the number one fighter coming out of Mexico, you're going to be able to handle your business, period. Because there's institutional knowledge. There's institutional knowledge in the community. There are people in the state of Texas that can teach you how to be an excellent boxer. There are people in the state of Michigan, a whole bunch. I mean, damn, dude, if you're a super talented athlete and you have access to Floyd Mayweather Jr. or Floyd Mayweather Sr. or Roger Mayweather, or you have access to a guy like back in the day, like Eddie Futch. You have access from the time you start fighting to guys like Ronnie Shields or Buddy McGirt. You're gonna know how to fight, man. You're gonna know how to fight because they're gonna teach you. Hold the phone. Hey, big dude, hold and grab them. You get to learn the lessons that they have, man. If you just go out there winging and you don't know, George Benton, exactly. You can get your ass knocked the fuck out. Because these people have been taught the technique. That's why swimmers at country clubs are good. It's not because, black people, the buoyancy, they just don't float that well. No, dude. Black folk don't have Olympic-sized pools by and large, and people who are experienced in teaching you the most effective way to swim in an Olympic-sized swimming pool. Come on, man. The pools that most black people have in their neighborhood, if you go to the pool, there's 700 people in it, and all you're going to be doing is jumping up and down in one spot and looking at girls walk by. But you go to a basketball court, if you can't run, you're going to get the fuck up off the court, man. What's going on, Calvin Johnson? And that's what that's about, man. But I just wanted to say that because when I listened to Jimmy the Greek, because I'm for this video on Patreon, man, I was like, hold on, man. That's exactly what's going on in boxing. Exactly what's going on in boxing. You don't want to keep selling. Isn't that what Bob Arum said? Black fighters don't sell? No, dude. You just don't want to sell them because y'all get tired of seeing them win. You get tired of seeing them win. I know. It's hard, dog. It's hard. It's hard to keep seeing them win, dog. It's hard, man. We all know that the sisters ain't getting in the pool either. Exactly, dog. Ain't nobody, man. Come on, man. Ain't nobody got no dang swimming pools like that. That's why. But A for 9, Morocco champion TV Brutus said A for 9. We don't even have current champions in Puerto Rico. That shit sucks. None. Damn. Valdez is Mexican. What's about the kid from I guess he doesn't have a championship. The lightweight, the top rank lightweight. What's his name? The lightweight from Top Rank. They keep saying he's gonna do better than he did, but he's kind of thrown under the bus by Al Heyman. Man, what is his name? Vasquez? I'm drawing a blank right now. So I guess nobody wanted to see Floyd, Tyson, Ali. No, man. They wanted to see him lose. But Verdejo. Yeah, Felix Verdejo. Yeah, I was thinking Felix Verdejo. Nah, man, Berchelt is Mexican. Figueroa is Mexican. Jose Ramirez is Mexican. Yeah. No, I'm talking about Felix Verdejo. But yeah, I don't think Felix Verdejo has a belt. So yeah, that's unfortunate, man. That's crazy. Venus and Serena are only great because their dad made a tennis court in their house and put in extra time. Nah, man, I'll tell you. Nah, see, that is something I got inside information on. Let me tell you. The reason why Venus and Serena Williams are well is because they were really supported. They were supported by a bunch of wealthy people and people with a lot of expertise in tennis that believed in them. Man, ain't no fucking way in the world that Richard Williams was able to pay what's the guy's name out there in Florida, man? They were both at God, man, my name of my tennis academies, I'm forgetting them. There's a guy from that Andre Agassi and those guys went to down there in Florida. Then there's two very prestigious tennis academies. Yeah, it's not Richard Simmons. Not Richard. Two very prestigious tennis academies that Venus Williams, once they got to be like 12 years old and they won all those matches in California, Pete Sampras got a wind of them. Their father took them around to other people to tell them, yeah, Balotelli. Yeah, there's Balotelli and there's another one, not just Balotelli. But yeah, they got training at Balotelli and they got training at somebody else's, not just Balotelli's, this other guy whose name I can't remember, but dude, he's like $400 an hour. I know that because my daughter plays tennis. He's like $400 an hour. They could not have been paid. No, they did not pay for that. They were like, okay, they can be stars. We're going to bring them down here because if we train them, it's going to help our name. Because they knew that they were like six, Venus was 6 foot tall, run like a fucking deer. And Serena got in because of Venus. And then Serena got there and tore shit up. Daily affirmation. Fuck Dillian White. Yes, sir. Fuck Dillian White. I agree 100%, dog. Salute to you, KL. BFTB in the building. What's going on, BFTB? Man, this has been a fun chat. Dre's fine. Said, what up, my brother Fanon? Keep spitting fast, bro. Will do, man. Will do. I just wanted to put that out there, man. And the shameless plug for the Patreon channel. Also getting loaded on Patreon once I can figure out how to get this big ass file on to work in my processing. I have the rewatched with Tevin Farmer and JoJo Diaz because I knew I was going to be right about that shit. So I got a rewatch coming on that, man. So check it out with me on the Patreon if you're a Patreon. If you're not a Patreon, I'm telling you, this is the year of the Patreon. Please join. Dillian, the dope fiend, dope who don't know the meaning of what to know soap. But he does listen to the LDBC and cut that shit off the top of his head. Congratulations, Dillian. Once you cut that crap off the top of your head, we knew he was listening, man. We knew he was listening to that whole shit right there, dog. That whole this shit, the afro that goes like this. Nah, homie. Nah, homie. Nah, homie. You got to cut that off, man. You got too much money, dog. You got too much. Yeah, down in Bradenton, Florida. Yeah, but there's another one, man. Like, I can't remember the name, man. God, dog. But it's another one that's really, well known. But Balotelli is no longer Balotelli. Balotelli is now IMG. IMG bought Balotelli. So the Balotelli is part of IMG. There was another one down there that is very good. And that's why American tennis has a hard time, man, because you have to be really wealthy to really get the training that you need to get in tennis. You got to spend a lot of money. Like Madison Keys' father spent like $600,000 in training. $600,000 in training. I know that because he was a lawyer out of Illinois, and and his daughter was doing real well. But they do pays all kind of fucking money. I got another friend whose son is playing pro, and dude, they're just fucking rich. So they can afford to get the trainers because it costs way more to train in tennis than it costs to train in basketball. Same money that I was spending on my daughter's training for tennis, which was not super high dollar. Dude, my son is training, has a basketball trainer that he works with 7 days, that he can work with 7 days a week, and the physical trainer But I would like to brag about my boy. I would like to brag about my boy. My boy went out there last night, man, and man, he made me proud. Because he walked out onto the basketball court, and I was like, man, change your shoes. He had some old shoes on, right? Some old green shoes that didn't match his uniform. And I know that they were worn, that they were worn. And he had some and he had some brand new basketball shoes that he was bought, 2 pairs of brand new ones. And I was like, I looked like, man, did you forget your shoes? And my wife looked at me, she's like, no, he didn't forget them. He brought them. He brought him to school. Why is he wearing those shoes? Right? So he goes out onto the court, right? Now, for some reason, I don't get it. Why his coach did not start him? Because he's averaging over 20 points a game, right? In a middle school, right? And he should because of the level player in this middle school ball. But so he goes out and he goes like 5 for 7 for 3, like 5-7 for 3, 4 for 4 for the line, and like maybe 3-4, like something like 2, like 50% from the field in floaters, right? Floaters and shit like that, right? And he did it in 14 minutes. They got 7-minute quarters. He did it, and he only played the second and the fourth quarter. And he did that. And so when he got, and I knew he was going to, the reason they don't start him is because they want him to play forward. And he was like, he got pissed at the coach because he was like, I'm better than your point guard. I'm a point guard. What? I'm better than the guy that you're starting. No, just bring me out. His thing was just bring me off the bench, and I'm gonna light motherfuckers up from this position. That's the stance he took, right? And when the game is tight, he's in there the whole time. But when it's a blowout, when they blow out, they sit him down. Mr. Finesse said 20 points a game in middle school is outstanding. They 7 or 8 minute quarters. Yeah, 7-minute quarters, and he's over 20 a game. But yesterday he got 20. Yesterday he got 26. Yesterday he got 26 points in little less than 14 minutes, maybe 13 minutes. So, but he walks out, right? Because he can shoot, because he got a trainer. He's got a trainer that's like shoot like this, like his jump shot, like he works. You know what I mean? It ain't like a gift. It's not a gift unless you consider what you go out and work for a gift. He gets his shots up. And he's got a coach that teaches him to shoot with proper form and encourages him to be aggressive. So he's going to score. But what happened was, after the game, I was like, man, why'd you wear those shoes? And he said, Daddy, these are Kobe's. And somebody got it. He's like, these are Kobe's. Kobe. He's like, I was like, wow, man. That made me proud, man. That made me proud. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna go out here with some bald ass Kobe's and some bald. Yeah, you did, Drew. I drink more water, but I want to get to the end of my story. I didn't want to get it. I give it too quick. But he was like, nah, man, I'm not gonna wear the nice shoe. How tall is he? He's 5'10". He's in 8th grade. He's 5'10". He's gonna wind up being somewhere around 6'3". Not super tall, but a big enough guard. He's a big enough guard. But they want him to play like this particular, how these junior high school coaches are. They think that they're like, you got to be like, okay, my tallest guy is going to play center. My second tallest guy is going to play power forward. My third tallest guy is going to be at small forward. My second tallest guy is going to be 2. And my first guy is, my shortest guy is going to be point guard. And man, my son is like, but I'm better than them at guard. I'm better than them. And he's got the confidence, and he's lighting them boys up. And they didn't know it. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks, Juniper. Should have said 400. Excuse me. I should have said 400 because it's the same. This exact time slot has always come right after Trill, and I've not missed a day. So I know whatever number the Trill number is the number for this show. I'm 6'1" legit, and I was 5'3" in middle school. Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, he'll be 6'3", something like that. He'll be 6. He's on the way to be 6'3". But look, man, my thing with him is, dude, you got to treat it like you 5'10". Like from the time he started playing, I'm like, nah, don't trust that you're going to be 6'4", man. You got to trust. You got to believe that you're going to be about 5'10", because we can trust 5'10". Like for some reason, something could have happened. You know what I mean? something could have happened where you just don't get to be my height. Because I'm in basketball, I'm a legit, I'm 6'2" in basketball. But he's taller and bigger than I was when I was his age. But hey, dude can ball, man. Because you know what it is? Hey, KP from KC. And my other man said, my people from Kansas City. Disrespect Kansas City. He learned to play basketball like playing games. Ron Phillips said, my son may be 6'9". Damn, that's tall. And because of your son, your guys like your son, I told my son, look, you got to learn how, you got to be able to shoot, man. You got to be able to shoot. If they get off you an inch, you got to be able to make that shot. And you got to be able to make that shot from way out there and mid-range. My kid's 6'3", big dude now. What's that saying, Cruising? I was 5'9" in ninth grade, 6'3" now. Yeah, it could be that way. For non-NBA games, it's built for small guard, point, and the two guard. Look, man, I ain't trying to worry about nobody's NBA. All I want to do is somebody's NCAA. That's it. Just you can get to the NCAA, because if you go professional, you can go professional in accounting. You can go professional in law. You can go professional you're going to go professional in something. You know what I'm saying? That's something that people don't get, man. You're going to go professional in something. Okay? Believe it. They're like, oh, I want to go pro. Oh, you're going to go pro. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go pro. What you're going to go pro in is the question. Are you going to go pro NBA? You going to go pro in NFL? Are you going to go pro prison? Are you going to go pro McDonald's? Are you going to go pro? Are you going to go pro accountant? Are you going to go pro lawnmower? What the fuck you going to go pro at, dog? Because ain't nobody got a quit. Nobody has a choice. You must go pro. You know what I mean? Tunnel vision. For 9, I was 6 foot tall in the 6th grade. I'm still 6 foot tall. I expected to be 6'9" or 6'10". Hey, hold on 1 second. Hello? Sorry. I said hello like I'm on the phone with you. Sorry. Said I'm a professional black man. Hey, man. Yeah. Yeah, you from birth, dog. From birth. My daughter is number 3 in the state in Washington in 100 meters at 15. Damn, that's fast, dude. Oh, a Toro shot. He said more ball handling daily. Yeah, he got handles. Yeah, he's got handles now. That's something he got in spades. He can left hand, right hand. He's like, because he started playing basketball in Kansas City. And Kansas City, man, the dude that he trained with was just really big. I was like, dude, you got to be able to have handles. You got to be able to get wherever you want to get on the floor. And you got to be able to hit your shot wherever you get. And I think these kids need a mid-range. Like when he gets his mid-range, and he can shoot off the dribble, because those threes were off the dribble. Those threes, half of his threes are off the dribble. So it's not like, spot up 3 in the system. You got to be able to hit a 3. You got to be able to hit a 3 out of the system. Like if you just are open and you dribble and handing the ball, he gets up off you got to be able to hit it. Some kids don't like to, they're like spot shooters. Like they got to be, I'm ready. They're not going to be able to get that shit. They're not going to be able to do that off the dribble. You must be able to one dribble pull up on all levels. Yeah. You got to be able to boop, boop, shoot off the dribble. And his 3 off the top off the dribble is money. You must, and mid-range is a lost art. The floaters, like the floaters at the elbows and just that 15, 16 foot before you get all the way to the hole. Oh man, Joe Forte, man, I ain't thought about Joe Forte in a minute. Said Joe Forte had a nice mid-range game from California back in the day. Yep. Shoot, remember Kenny Anderson? Kenny Anderson had a killer mid-range, man. That floater, that lefty floater, right and left, the free throw line extended. That lefty floater, man, them dudes had a killer mid-range. Kobe got a killer, rest in peace. Kobe got a killer mid-range. Jordan got a murderous mid-range. Fanon, you ever watch my kids' Instagram? I watch them. They get linked to me a lot. Yeah, that's a big boy. They go. I've seen several highlights of your son. Yeah, Rip Hamilton got a crazy one. Rip Hamilton had a crazy mid-range, man. But yeah, man, I definitely, yeah, your son be, oh, your son's a big boy, man. Your son be going up. Your son's a big boy, man. Absolutely, I've seen him, man. Does anyone play the George? Oh, does anyone play the George Gervin? Even my, yeah, man, George Gervin went. Yeah, man, George Foreman with that mid-roll, man. Sam Cassell was nice with it. Yeah, KD, man, KD hasn't. Kevin Durant has nice everything, man. Kevin Durant can play, man. Them boys can shoot. Yeah, Rip Hamilton, man. Yep. But see, my son's mid-range, he's willing to shoot it. And that's what counts. Right? Yeah, Mark Jackson, he's willing to shoot it. And since he's willing to shoot it, it'll get there eventually. It'll get there eventually. Oh, Miles Simon, yeah, man, from Arizona. Miles Simon from Arizona, man. Yeah, that boy could ball too. I'm getting more into basketball, man. When my daughter was playing tennis, my daughter's in college now, so she's doing her thing in tennis. So I'm watching a lot less tennis, and I'm watching more basketball because that's what my son plays. Best mid-range I've seen was Vinny Microwave. Ooh, Vinny Johnson, the microwave. See, that's what my son is doing. My son is coming off the bench like microwave. Shaq. Dog, it's hilarious too because John just sitting on the side of the bench like, yeah, you're gonna put me in. It's getting close. You're gonna put me in a second. Maybe just giggling on the side of the line like, it's getting close. You're gonna put me in. You want to lose? You don't want to lose? You're gonna put me in. There he goes in, and then that gap gets zoop. That shit gets whoop. That scoring gap gets big. And then they put him back on the bench and let the kid that came out as a starter keep playing again. And then the funny thing is, the little kid, he's a good kid. They're all good kids, man. They're all good kids. But the kid that comes off that starts at the 2 guard, that know he shouldn't be starting, man, he comes out gunning after he gets back, he comes out gunning. But dog, that gunning it's just not the same, dog. That gunning, it's gunning. It's not the same. It's not I'm right. How dare you stay away from me? You know what I mean? Oh, you don't want me to drive? Shap. Money. It's good, though, man. It's real fun, man. It said, then after the game, everyone asks you why he ain't starting. Yeah, dude, like I need to go tell the coach, like, look, will you do me a favor? Will you give an explanation to these people about why he's not starting and stop having them ask me? I know why it is, because you want to start him at a forward. And he's like, nah, I'm not playing forward. My son's stubborn like that. Because his thing is, look, if I don't have an opportunity to play point guard, then I'll never get better at playing it. You know? So he would rather be like, I'll take whatever minutes I can get at that position, because that's the only position I can play in college. That's the only position I can play. You know what I mean? That's his logic, because that was my logic, and I explained him earlier. I was like, look, man, you got to get this shit out your head right now. You are not a forward. You cannot play forward. You can't do it. The shit is not, it's not possible, okay? There are no 6'3", there are no 6'3" small forwards in the NCAA. You're going to be guarding guys that are sick. You're going to be guarding Ron Finkley's kid. You can't do that. You can't, you're going to have to play you can't play in the post against that kid. You can't do it. You've got to be out there. Your only advantage is to get quick and get away out there. You know what I mean? Forward is a very tough position to play on the basketball court. Yeah, man, you can't do it. I mean, it's just, dude, it's you got to know right out the box, okay? But what happens to kids when they're younger, what happens to kids that are younger is if you're just tall enough, they'll put you in there. And they'll put the ball in the hands of the little guy, right? Because the little guy, to say the guy's like 5'5", they're just like, oh no, he can't play the guard. We're gonna move the kids at 6'3". We'll move the kid that's 6'3" into the forward position. But then the kid that's 6'3" suffers, because when he plays on the next level, if he's able to play on the next level, he's got a skill set of a guy that's 6'7" and a body of a guy that's 6'3". You know what I mean? It's not gonna work, man. Barkley ain't just 6'3" though. Barkley's 6'3", 330, and his arms he can scratch the bottom of his feet standing straight up. Okay. Barkley is a different player. If you big like that and strong like that, okay. If you big and strong like that, okay. But dude, if you ever 357, have you ever seen Charles Barkley? Dude, Charles Barkley is huge. And Charles Barkley got moon scraper hops. Like, dog, Charles Barkley is what you call an anomaly. At that side, to be that big, that strong, that fast, dog, that's an anomaly, Holmes. That's an anomaly. Kind of like, yeah, he's freaking huge. The man is huge. The dude picked up Shaq. I can't even conceive of picking up Shaq. Think about this. He grabbed Shaq by the waist and picked Shaq up. Dog. No, that man is gigantic. And you can talk about his politics all you want. Just don't say it to his face. That's a huge dude, man. In 89, you saw him? Yeah, exactly. Barkley's the exception, not the rule. Barkley is, because there were other guys that weren't that big that could play like that, like Larry Johnson. But Larry Johnson also, even though Larry Johnson was probably, what, like 6'6"? I think he was originally listed at like 6'8", but he was closer to 6'6". Chuck wasn't going that day. What do you mean? Yeah, Charles is massive, man. Charles, and I don't even buy that 6'4" shit. I think if you say he's a 6'4", he's a barefoot 6'4". Barefoot 6'4", like a legit, like you take his socks and shoes off and stand him there, he's 6'4". Actual height. I don't believe, like, he was listed as 6'6". Said Barkley looks like a donut now. Hey, man, don't play with that donut. Don't play with that donut. That donut, hey, did you see when that donut, when, I know we ain't on a lot of boxing today. Did you see when that ref, shit was hilarious, man. The ref, who real fit ref, right? Real fit ref. Older ref, stayed in great shape, stayed in great physical shape. You used to run up and down the court. They had an all-star game for comedy, Barkley was like 330 pounds, man. He was super fat, hadn't cut. Hey, hell no, he ain't outrun Barkley, man. Barkley moved his fat ass out there and flew. Barkley was like, man, zoop, zoop, zoop. He left that dude. He blew that dude out by like half the distance of the court, man. Like, man, it's like, dude, I don't give a shit how much you train, dog. You ain't outrunning me. Man, he blew that dude out, man. That shit was a joke. It was like, man, you hype these people to think up. I was like, this dude really think he's gonna outrun Charles Barkley just because Barkley's fat? Man, please, man, Barkley will blow your ass out right now. Dude, hey, man, them boys, first of all, them dudes is real athletes, okay? Don't get it twisted. They real athletes, all right? They're real athletes. Say that dude was old as hell, dog, but Charles Barkley's an athlete, man, okay? He might not be able to do it for a long time, but don't doubt that Charles Barkley can't get his ass out there and ball you out, okay? Don't doubt it. Charles Barkley sit his fat ass in a chair for a year and still get out there and hoop dudes down, okay? If he ain't injured, the dude is an athlete, man. That was a world-class athlete, man. Okay? Not just a world-class athlete. That's a Hall of Fame athlete. Charles Barkley was the truth, man. He said, yeah, I seen that fat boy outrun Jim. Man, that fat dude was like, boop, 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 boop. And gone, dog. Yeah. He said Barkley loves hookers. Hey, who doesn't? Fuck's wrong with them? I ain't fucking around. But, I can understand people's attachment to him. Pretty, on demand, pretty, on demand, not a lot of nagging, relatively low cost. Absolutely. There's a lot of people that like that, man. That's why it's a very successful product, okay? There's a reason why that's the world's oldest profession, okay? Because it's effective. Okay, and it provides you a high degree of value depending on what you do, and you don't pay too much for the shit. Now, I personally do not participate. I would like to say that. But that's kind of like cigarettes. Like, I don't understand cigarettes. Okay, I don't smoke weed, but I understand weed more than I understand cigarettes. There's something you get out of that. Okay. I don't get what you get out of cigarettes. Never did. You know? Barkley would be a top boxer. I mean, if he wanted to fight, these guys are. You could do a lot with Charles Barkley, man. You could do a lot with Charles. You could do a lot with Charles Barkley. A talent level of Charles Barkley. Man, Charles Barkley was a beast, man. He will Dre. So my brother played with Derek Hood in high school, who played with Garnett and Marbury in the '95 McDonald's line game. I was meant to tell you, KP from KC. Yeah, man. Everybody hit that like button, man. If you don't mind, we got 258 people in the building. We got less than 200 likes. It'd be great. But I meant to say this to KP from KC. My son learned to play basketball, not as much as like when he got to Texas and he got with this trainer, his technical skills got better. But he learned to play games in Kansas City. So he used to play like, if you know where the midnight basketball, KP from KC, you know what midnight basketball is in Kansas City? Like that public league, the public league midnight basketball games, they were held out there like on man, I'm forgetting Kansas City's stuff already, man. They would be at they would play them at the different community center. Yeah, the community center. Yeah. Mayor Night Hoops. That's where he played. So if you've seen it, you know how they play. You got to draw blood to get a foul. You know what I mean? Like you got to draw blood. You getting hurt. You know, they Kansas City's inner city basketball is really, really rough. So he used to play like the games he would play was all Easter truce, low 20s, like the from the area of like 63rd and Truth all the way down towards like by Paseo, past Paseo High School, down there by like the 22nds. But anyway, that group like Blackout, there used to be Blackout. Blackout is one of the teams are down there. I don't want to give you the team that he played with because these trolls will try to go find my son. Yeah, up and down 71. Yeah, that's where he played. So you know what kind of basketball that is. That's that basketball. Then he would go play out on the Kansas side and play on the more soft touch. They're running sets and doing all that. So when he came here, dude, he's like, man, these kids are soft. Like he thinks these dudes soft as Charmin. And it's working well, man. Dollar Bill said, yeah, Grant Hill was in the wrong time and he came out. Oh, and he came to my Orlando Magic hurt. Man, that's one of the best players I've seen, man. Grant Hill. They said that's cool. Yeah, he came out there balling out there with them dudes, man. That's what he learned. That's where he learned, like, so you get cancer from it. Yeah, that is what you get from cigarettes. I used to play in that league. It was tough. Yeah, man, it's real tough, man. It's like blood. Like he came out regularly with some, you go to the hole, you getting laid out. You know what I mean? You go to the hole, you getting laid out. You go to the hole out there, you getting laid out. So he came here and it's like, they're gonna call fouls. If you touch me, they're fouls. Oh, okay, no worries. It's real easy for him. Anyway, laugh my butt off. Why you say? No, Dre, because it's the truth, man. I ain't participating in that shit no more, man. Look, man. At a certain point in time, dude, I realized this, and this might sound crazy, but it is what it is. I have 2 kids. I'm not really interested in having any more, and I'm not interested in having any drama in my life. So I would rather come home. I'd rather come home or be at home knowing that I ain't got no shit that I'm not doing any type of shit that I ain't supposed to be doing. So I can have a peace of mind to know that I don't have to keep any secrets. I don't want to keep secrets. I don't want to keep secrets. I don't want any shit I'm going to be feeling guilty about on my brain. Okay. So that's what that is. No interest in it because I would feel if that's something that I would feel guilty about. And I don't want to be sitting on the couch with my wife watching TV feeling like there's some shit that I know that she doesn't know. And, that shit tears at me, man. You know what I mean? It was not no go. There was not no going through the hole. Going through the hole, I'm not sure. So anyway, that's my thing. Now, it's not like I'm saying that because my wife. I'm saying it because I really believe it, man. Just where I am in my life, man, I don't want any, Yeah, exactly, man. Big Dog Willie. I don't need any added extra stress. And tricking off, dude, that is like some momentary pleasure that can cause you, that will have a amount of stress hanging over your head for an unnecessarily long amount of time. It's just not worth it, man. You know what I mean? It's not worth it. It's not worth it for my mental stability. And I ain't trying to do that, man. For now, and that is for the both of us. Oh, that's what's up. Exactly, Drake's finest. He said, for now, peace of mind is an underrated privilege. Yeah, man, I'm trying to keep it, man. Junior B said, unnecessary drama and stress takes years off you. Yeah, and I'm not trying to do it, man. Matter of fact, y'all ain't even see me have any coffee on here in about a month. Okay. I've been drinking this because I don't want to add the coffee and get up in the morning, have a cup of coffee, feel awake. But I'm like, you know what? I don't want to have a stimulant. I'm just going to drink this water and try to go to bed early enough at night and just be happy. Because right now in my life, man, I'm very, very happy. I feel very good, man. Like, Mr. Finesse, I understand 100. The risks don't match the reward. Yeah, man. Definitely don't. Not in that situation. Because first of all, what happens if you get busted? Like, what if you get busted by the police? Like, that would be my first thought. Like, hold on, man. If I get busted by the police for doing this, I'm going to have that shit on my fucking record. Okay. So if I need to go get a job, that shit is going to be on my record for that. You know what I mean? And how am I going to explain to my wife that I got to sneak off and go to court? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, no, not worth it, dude. Not worth it. How you going to explain this? Yeah. How am I going to explain that? Like, no, thank you, man. No, thank you. Any of that stress. No, I'm not, no. So I play with you now. And I advise y'all if things are unnecessary risks, they bring unnecessary stress, man. Mr. Vanessa said, baby, please, baby, please. No, I've already had too many baby pleases in my marriage, okay? I've had my baby please, and I ain't having no fucking more, okay? I'll say that. I've already had my moment of, oh, please forgive me. I've already had my oh baby forgive me moment, okay? And I pulled it off. I damn sure ain't trying to have a second one of them shits, okay? You know what I'm saying? Because I got to be with my son, man. I got to be with my son. I got to be with my kids, man. I got to be with my kids. And if that had not gone right, I wouldn't be with my son. And I got to be with my son. That's my guy right there. You know, I got to get him in a good position. I got to give him everything he needs to be in a position to take care of his business and life, you know, and I do believe this, more important than the money, or as important, equally important, but I think slightly more important than providing him with having him have this. You know, you hear people talk about, like generational wealth. There is more to wealth. There are different types of wealth than just money, and that you can give to your son or you can give to your daughter. And if they can have money, but if they don't have those things, that money's going to go away and they're going to have a miserable life. Probably could wind up being drug addicts, like rich drug addicts, and miserable in their life. Anyway, the Romaine fight surprised me last night. I was actually a good fight at the bantamweight. Yeah, that was good. That was good. Yeah, it was a good fight, man. I'm glad to see I'm glad to see Romain lost, though. How do you say Roman or Romaine? I'm glad he lost, though. The revenge of Regan Diao. And I hope the dude that beat him loses too. Because that is, hey, thanks for now. Wealth in love. Yeah, man. Look, teaching these kids, like, how do you take care of your business? Like, that's the biggest challenge for my son that I'm going through, man. Like, dude, like people, I put this up on my Patreon, but I just got the feeling that people didn't really appreciate, like, sometimes people don't really appreciate the value of this. Do you guys know how much to-do lists will improve your life? Like, do you know how much a to-do list will improve your life? How much more efficient a single piece of paper with a list and a check mark next to it will make in your life? Your productivity, Junior B said you were on the money with your for Farmer Diaz prediction. Yeah, man. Just that simple thing. Like, I'm working on my son with a to-do list. Where is your planner Write down what you have to do tomorrow and check off that you did everything that you're supposed to do on that list today. That shit will make you so much more productive. So much more productive, man. Like people like, man, how can I get over these problems in life? How can I get past this? I got here. Lay out your goal. Like I'm talking to my nephew. Love my nephew. My nephew's probably listening, or he'll listen to this later. Love my nephew to death. I'm telling my nephew he's got an issue related to something at work, right? And I was like, he wants to get a deal done. Somebody that he's trying to get a deal done, he started yelling at him. And I'm trying to tell him, look, people will yell at you to throw you off. What you have to do is you have to go to the balcony. You have to separate yourself from the emotion somehow and remind yourself, even if you have it on a little piece of paper, right, that's in your pocket, what you want to accomplish, right? My dad taught me this trick. He was like, before you go into any meeting, put on your piece of paper the 3 things that you want to accomplish. If you go into the arena, if you go into that room and you accomplish those 3 things, your meeting was successful. So we get into this stuff. He said, Fanon, you have that on Patreon? Yes, I got it on Patreon, man. I got it. It's like some of the earlier ones that I did about about planning. Absolutely. You said that's how you sell. You 3 things that you want to accomplish. But that's how you deal with talking to somebody too. What are the 3 things? What are the things that you want to accomplish? And you stick with that goal of trying to accomplish those. Now, it's not going to make it easy every time. But if you get into shouting contests with people, that shit's not going to pop off. You're making it easy for them to say no. You're not making it hard. You're not making it hard for them to say no. Try to make it hard for them to say no. And you do that by agreeing with everything you can possibly agree with, right? Everything that you can possibly agree with. Yes, I think you're right about that. I think you're right about that. I think you're right about that. And then you say to somebody, oh, okay, wait, let me try to reframe what they say and present an idea to them as if it's their idea and ask their opinion about it. And then they say, well, or how do you think we could accomplish that? Well, I don't know. Let me think of a couple ways. Okay, great. I'll check back on you and let me know. That type of shit. That is as valuable as leaving your kid money. Because if you can do that, it's like the proverbial, you give a man a fish or you teach him to fish. Teaching them to fish is more valuable than giving them fish. It is. Because then when he leave you, you can always go get fish. You can always go get fish. And then it's time. And then once they teach you how to go get the fish, go get the fish. You know how to do it. And then you learn how to get fish better than the person that taught you how to get fish. Fish better than the person that taught you how to fish. That's possible too. I like to constantly think about what I need to do instead of wasting paper. I need paper to learn and teach people. Look, I need the piece. Whatever floats your boat, I like to see the piece of paper. Because then I can say, check, check, check. And if there ain't a check, I got to go back. If you got an excellent memory, like you got like some rock solid memory, then that can work. But if you don't have a terrific memory, I don't have a terrific memory like that. I can do it with like 3 things, but then sometimes I get a little, shit I'll forget. He said, learn this trick reading this one Dale Carnegie book. Oh, that's in a Dale Carnegie book? Yeah, I learned that from my dad, who probably did get it from a Dale Carnegie book. But hey, he shares it with him. I share it with my son. I'm trying to work with him. You know what I mean? Lowest common denominator boxing, home of the demographics. Fanon, that was one of the best things about the Marines. They taught me to write down what you need to get done so you don't forget. In a green log book after several promotions. I think you ended it there. I don't see the rest. Okay, I have log books all over with things I accomplished in the past. New one I use for my boxing outlines for videos. Yeah, dude, And Marines are perfect, man. They so fucking disciplined. It's bananas. Marines are so disciplined. It's like, damn, how can you not? It's almost like, how can a Marine not accomplish shit? You know, G5 gay, when you married and have peace, don't add unwanted stress. I'm married and I go to bed easy. Be a real man and a woman respected. Big facts. Yes, sir. I'm a reformed dog. And I went to sleep when I was on my foolishness. Was so fucking just trying to remember girls' names and shit. Like, let me not call her this name, and let me not call that girl this name. Oh shit, is she about to fucking call this one? Get out of the house before this one calls, and da 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 da. And this chick's screaming at me because she thinks I'm cheating, and she's right. And no, man, that's just not worth it, man. That was a miserable way to live, dude. Straight up. Dre's fine said, my wife will tell you fast. I don't have a memory. You know, my memory sucks. Jewels of Life, I understand, Fanon. I do this to strengthen my memory by using my mind. That's cool. I appreciate that. That's important too. Fanon, I have log of things I have to do from 12 years ago. Damn, you are. I can tell, Focus Ball, that you're detailed type of cat. I can tell that comes easy to you. It doesn't come easy to me. Junior B said, behind on the Patreon, got to catch up, man. Yeah, man, check out my last, man. I got the series that I'm doing on Fanon Reacts, man. I got some positive feedback. So when I get positive feedback, I'm going to do more of it. If I don't get, if it's kind of like I know people are watching, but you're not quite feeling it, it kind of makes, I want to make sure that people get their value. But the Fanon Reacts, the last two Fanon Reacts, man, I like those, man. I think that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to do that a bit. Then the other ones, okay, is rewatched. The rewatch series, we go through the fights that happen, and also the one that the bigger production that I'm working on is the whole story. Those are going to come out more intermittently, but those are the more high value ones. But look, man, let me get out of here, man. I'm going to check y'all out. OG Boxing Talk on Sunday. Oh man, let me hit my G5, man. Much love in that super chat, and I appreciate everybody that came out. With that, I'm going to get out of here, man. Much love to everybody that comes by every day. And that we out. Peace. Oh, Focus Ball, stupid detailed. It's a problem. Hey, man, everything is, man. Hey, strengths, you know what I'm saying? Strengths and weaknesses, man. It is what it is. That what you love will kill you. I'm out, man. Peace. Hey, I love y'all to death, man, in a brotherly sort of fashion. You know, pause, you know, in a brotherly type of fashion. I appreciate you guys talking to me every day, man, and chopping up in the live stream. You guys really do make this channel absolutely positively fun to do this on a day-to-day basis. And with that, I'll catch up with y'all next week, and I'm out. Peace. Oh, OG Boxing Talk on Sunday, which is technically next week, and I'm out. Peace.